Did you know that the Siege of Yorktown, the very event that ended the Revolutionary War, took place over a period of just 20 days? Yet, the consequences of these 20 days continue to reverberate through history, marking a definitive turning point in the American journey towards independence. In today's video, we're journeying back in time to unravel the dramatic and pivotal Fall of Cornwallis, the Siege of Yorktown. You're in for an insightful exploration as we shed light on strategies, key players, and the unexpected twists of fate that determined the course of history. In the heart of the American Revolutionary War, a fierce battle raged on. From September 28th to October 19th, 1781, the Siege of Yorktown unfolded, a relentless struggle for victory. The last major land battle of the war, the one that would ultimately bring an end to the conflict. In the heart of Yorktown, Virginia, a fierce battle unfolded, where the very foundations of a British stronghold were tested. The British Army, under the command of General Charles Cornwallis, clashed with Franco-American forces, led by the formidable General George Washington. The father of his country, George Washington, is a titanic figure in American history. Born in 1732 in Virginia, he became a wealthy planter and businessman, serving in the Virginia militia during the French and Indian War. In 1775, he was elected Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army, bearing the heavy hopes of a nation on his shoulders. With unwavering resolve, he led the American forces through the bloody trials of the Revolutionary War, a crucible where heroes were forged and history was written. Post-war, Washington's hand drafted the Constitution, guiding the destiny of the newly minted nation. He assumed the inaugural presidency in 1789, shaping the course of an embryonic democracy. 2 tumultuous terms later, he retired to Mount Vernon in 1797, only to meet his end in 1799. If you're enjoying this deep dive into history, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing to our channel for more insightful content. And of course, keep watching to discover the answer. Washington's legacy is profound and enduring. His leadership during the Revolutionary War, his hand in the Constitution, his presidency, and his personal qualities of honesty, integrity, and commitment to public service continue to inspire. His reputation towers over others in American history, a constant reminder of the pursuit of greatness, encapsulating the very essence of leadership and civic virtue. At the helm of authority stood George Washington, commander of the Virginia Regiment, a figure of unyielding resilience and determination. The legendary tales of Washington and his troops' fight for independence became the very essence of their enduring legacy. Faced with tremendous adversity, Washington's troops refused capitulation. Their experience was a saga of relentless battles, grueling marches, harsh winters, and fierce engagements. Even when outnumbered and outgunned, their hope was a beacon, their determination unshaken. Washington, as a strategic virtuoso and a battlefield mastermind, commanded with an unrivaled prowess. His skill in outfoxing the opponents, even under insurmountable odds, spoke volumes of his extraordinary leadership. He fueled his troops, a mosaic of ordinary men from various backgrounds, with a determination that matched his own. The Continental Army, a diverse ensemble of farmers, craftsmen, and merchants, were not professional soldiers, yet their tenacious will to fight for freedom was unmistakable. Their victories were hard-fought and scarce, often in the face of repeated defeats. Yet, they pressed on, their eyes fixated on a prize of independence. In the fiery heart of the American Revolutionary War, George Washington, fueled by an unwavering resolve, stood against the formidable British general Charles Cornwallis. The British forces, relentlessly trying to extinguish the American Revolution, tightened their grasp over the rebellious colonies. Yet, Washington and his brave Continental Army met them with equally unwavering determination, their collective heartbeat a chorus for American independence. Washington didn't just fight for land, he also fought for the right of the American people to rule themselves. The French, as critical allies, held the key to success. Without their support, Washington knew his dreams of defeating the mighty British forces would be shattered. With the fate of a nascent nation on his shoulders, Washington faced the urgent need to rekindle the dimming flames of hope in the weary American populace. His every word, every action needed to resonate with an invigorating power that would reignite their resolve. Amid the protracted struggle of war, he held steadfast to his conviction that victory was attainable. The future of the fledgling nation teetered on the brink, but he knew that if the people clung to the flicker of hope, they would never surrender to despair. Charles Cornwallis, 1st Marquess and 2nd Earl Cornwallis, was a key figure in the British Army during the turbulent American Revolution. Holding various commands throughout the war, Cornwallis's strategic maneuvers in New York, Philadelphia, and the Southern Theater painted him as a formidable opponent. Yet, he is perhaps the best remembered for his surrender at the Siege of Yorktown in 1781, a pivotal event marking the end of conflict and sparking peace talks between Great Britain and the United States. Despite the surrender, Cornwallis's post-war endeavors illustrated the enduring power of the British Empire, solidifying his position among the country's elite. Born in the heart of Grosvenor Square of London, he was the eldest son of a noble family, his future inevitably tied to their social status and connections. His ascension to aristocracy in his youth, followed by his advancement in the army, was a testament to his family's influence. Cornwallis stood as an embodiment of the British aristocracy, an indomitable force in a volatile era. The Siege of Yorktown witnessed George Washington's strategic brilliance as he skillfully cornered Cornwallis, effectively stealing his fate. Washington knew that British naval might was the lifeline of Cornwallis's force, so he enlisted the French Navy to dominate the Chesapeake Bay, choking off British reinforcements and supplies. Aware that Cornwallis was a formidable opponent, Washington strategically led his army southward, advancing on Yorktown. The increasing pressure cornered Cornwallis, pushing him towards an imminent and decisive clash. As the impending battle loomed, Washington fortified his defenses. Deep trenches were dug and fortifications erected around Yorktown, entrenching the British forces within, stifling any hope of escape. He realized a direct confrontation with the relentless British might be disastrous, so he employed a cunning strategy. In the climactic Siege of Yorktown, the combined Franco-American forces, led by the indomitable George Washington, cornered the formidable British army. Encircled, General Charles Cornwallis found himself trapped, his men outnumbered and outgunned. The tide turned on October 19, 1781, when Cornwallis's troops surrendered to Washington, shifting the trajectory of the American Revolutionary War. This victory unveiled the British's inability to secure a win, pressuring them into peace talks. This climactic battle echoed a resounding truth. The resolve of a fledgling nation, the United States, was indomitable. The repercussions were monumental, culminating in the signing of the Treaty of Paris in 1783, where the world finally acknowledged America's hard-fought independence. The Siege of Yorktown, a make-or-break struggle, is forever imprinted as a pivotal moment in history. The Siege of Yorktown is an epic tale of audacious defiance, cunning strategy, and surprising alliances. A young nation, America, against formidable odds, dares to challenge an established global superpower. With George Washington at the helm, the Americans forge an improbable alliance with the French. This unexpected partnership ignites a thrilling game of diplomacy and intrigue, with stakes as high as they can be. Emerging victorious from the Battle of Yorktown, George Washington, inherited as the father of his country, returned to New York City. His robust command as leader of the Continental Army remained intact until the Treaty of Paris in 1783, marking the war's end. Subsequently, he sought solace in Mount Vernon, Virginia. When he became the first U.S. president in 1787, his fate was set, his actions etching the blueprint for future leaders. After serving 2 impactful terms, Washington withdrew from public life in 1797, leaving a void filled with uncertainty. His legendary tale was sealed 2 years later when death claimed him at Mount Vernon, leaving his enduring legacy cloaked in mystery. The Siege of Yorktown, the American Revolution's climactic clash, forever altered history. Under George Washington's leadership, the Franco-American forces' resounding victory shattered Cornwallis's British army. This defeat sparked doubt within Britain, paving the way for the 1783 Treaty of Paris, recognizing the United States' hard-fought independence. As always, we appreciate your time with us. If you enjoyed the exploration of the Fall of Cornwallis, the Siege of Yorktown, do give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more historical deep dives. Share your thoughts and any questions you might have in the comments below. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning. Goodbye.